All right. What is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, Go Back Gator Guy 231 across the DFS industry. Hope you all are well. Had a better NFL Sunday than me. Had like some great lineups on Rod St. Brown everywhere. And then like late news happened, move stuff around, but happens, long season. So we're gonna jump into two showdowns tonight. I'm just gonna go over them very briefly. Here's how I'm gonna kind of do it the rest of the season. I realize like the best way for me, and I'm on Monday nights. TK would have been on Sunday, but had a family emergency. I'll happy to report all as well. And then Zach on Thursday. So that's their showdown content at FSI. So make sure you check that out. We will have them up every single week religiously, with the exception of family emergencies. But I'm going to pull up the screen with my core. So my first three clicks, the guys I'm prioritizing, and then just kind of go over some fill-in. So quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, whether you're on YouTube or podcast or Spotify or whatever feed it's on, thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, comment. It all really does help us keep bringing all sorts of free content to you on those channels. And then just a quick reminder too, if you are interested in more content from us, we do have premium subscriptions with live chat with us, core plays, answering questions, all that stuff for really all the major sports. So check it out. All right, let's start with I want to start with Minnesota, Philadelphia. Let's go time wise. Let's start with Tennessee and Buffalo. So I don't think this game's going to be all that close. I think Buffalo is going to absolutely smoke them. Vegas agrees to -10. It's a 48-point spread. So let's just go over the first three, which I think two are easy, right? I think Josh Allen, Steph Diggs are easy. I really don't think I need to go over it. I don't see many ways that you fade. It's hard to fade Allen with dual threat ability. Diggs obviously is a target hog. So I think you're just kind of filling those two regardless. Now, I think the third play, for me at least, is Kyle Phillips. I believe he's a rookie wide receiver, 9 targets week 1. Buffalo's scheme allows a lot over the middle. That's where Kyle Phillips is going to live as their primary slot guy. If he's not in, though, I think that bumps up Robert Woods. # revenge game. Yes, I know you know him from the Rams, but way back when, Buffalo guy, didn't have a good week 1, but I would assume he'd go in the slot, and I would love Robert Woods at 600. So I think this is a really, really awesome spot to fade Derrick Henry. Obviously, if the game script gets out of the way, 11,000 for Henry, you can dodge 1 touchdown. And we can't dodge 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, he'll kill you. But, I think that you kind of have to play the normal script. Buffalo get up. Allen and Diggs are the culprits. That puts Tennessee into passing downs. At that point, you play Tannehill at 9,200. I think he's fine, but that would take out Henry. If you want to flip the script, though, for GPP, it's obviously Henry, I think, will actually be fairly lower owned compared to how he normally is, right, on showdown type of slate. Maybe captain him. If Tennessee's going to win this game, it's going to be because Henry goes berserk. So you're playing him. If you're feeding more Tennessee wide receivers than playing the passing attack from Buffalo, that's how I would have kind of approached that. So Henry, fade for cash, fine, I guess, in GPP. Tannehill is, I think, a really good cash play because, likely Tennessee's playing from behind, so there should be a lot of Tannehill. Does give you a little bit of run option. Gabe Davison's still expensive to fit here, but 8,800 is fine. Singletary's the number 1, also gets passing work. It's just interesting because in Buffalo, Singletary's like the number 1, getting some passing attack, but Zach Moss got a ton of targets. He's a lot cheaper, only a few less carries, has some chance at goal line. He's the bigger back, 3,600. I'd much prefer Zach Moss to Devin Singletary. Woods I went over. Burks, I think, is a really nice boom bust play. Huge big play potential type of guy. We'll see how much longer it takes for him to get on the same page with Tannehill, but 6,200, I like him a lot. Dawson Knox is fine. McKenzie's too expensive at this point. We like him week 1 for his value. Crowder is firmly behind McKenzie, it seems, but, is in play. Hilliard out. Bills D, I think, is in play. If Tannehill has to throw the ball a ton, that means, chances at sacks, chances at turnovers. You could obviously play the kickers, too. No problem with them. Let me see if there's anybody else I really want to bring up. James Cook started the game out for Buffalo, fumbled on his first attempt, so he's probably dead. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think you need to go too much further down there. There always is going to be like these low owned pure punts. None that I would bring up, but if you want to do like Jeff Swain, he got a lot of a decent amount of route runs, more than like Hooper, I believe. So that's in play. All right, let's move to the other game. Much more fun game. Minnesota at Philadelphia. That game, let's see, I know it's over 50. It's not over 50. 2.5 point Eagles 49 point total. As I'm looking, I kind of think that it's going to go over. Really good shot for a shootout here. I think the 3 plays, and they kind of take a 10-year salary, but it's Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown. Let's just start on the Eagles side. Let's try to do that. Minnesota's D was good at home versus the Packers, but I think it's not going to travel well. And I think the Eagles' offense can absolutely be explosive. Jalen Hurts is going to drive you nuts sometime, but he's just good enough to get it done. Has that huge rushing upside. AJ Brown, he looks absolutely in love with AJ Brown. AJ Brown's just such a mismatch for Minnesota secondary. I think he's going to absolutely burn it. So I love him. I think AJ Brown, I would love for her to be further apart, but if you play AJ Brown at captain, I don't think it's crazy. It could be a nice differential. But all 3 of them, and then Justin Jefferson on the other side of things, he's probably the best wide receiver in the NFL. It's really hard. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson are so damn good. Tyreek Hill obviously killed it yesterday, so love all of them. But Justin Jefferson looks pretty much unguardable at this point. Philly's secondary is terrible too. That's what's going to be cool about this game. So you have 2 terrible secondaries. So I really kind of lean passing game. I love Dalvin Cook, but at 11,000, he's really expensive, and you had to give up like Hurts, Brown, or Justin Jefferson, which just doesn't sound fun. So all that being said, Miles Sanders at 8,000 is fine too. So all that being said, from here, I think the biggest decision is like Cook or Cousins. It's really hard to fit them unless you punt captain. Cousins gives you the floor, so that makes a lot of cash sense. Maybe in GPP, if I just mentioned loving the passing attack, maybe that's where you go running game in GPP. So Cook, Cousins, Sanders, all very, very, very nice plays for sure. Now we get to drop down. Thielen kind of looks a little bit not the same, but that's a good way to get a little bit of exposure. Dallas Goedert 5,800, I think, is a really nice play. He's kind of like that wide receiver 3 in a lot of ways for them, even splits out from time to time. So I have no problem with him. Devontae Smith, nobody will be on him, but he is running wide receiver 2 routes. So obviously, we know his huge talent back from Bama. People are going to see that 0 there and just not even look at him. So I really like him for GPP. Tough to get there in cash. Gainwell is behind Sanders. KJ Osborne, I think, is my second favorite Minnesota wide receiver. He's playing wide receiver 3. Justin Jefferson goes a little bit everywhere. So I was going to say Osborne slot, but Justin Jefferson's playing plenty in the slot too. But 4,600, if they are down or if this is a shootout, he's going to get a ton of routes run. Irv Smith Jr. being eased in, maybe this could be a breakout spot for him. Kickers are always in play. Kickers are like my favorite value play on all these slates. And I don't think you're even crazy sometimes to captain a kicker to fit in the other spots, especially in cash. I think it's very valuable. Bart Scott's going to get some work. It's 2,800. That's just cheap enough. Pascal, was there one more? Yeah, nothing too much down here. I think that a lot of people, what they're going to end up doing is punting captain to fit in some other things, or maybe you do like a KJ Osborne type, somebody like that can get you a random touchdown and then you're off and running. But should be really fun tonight. Use a lot of those picks for the classic slate too if you're playing. Definitely lean the Minnesota Eagles game more so than the Titans game, which has a chance to Titans and Bills has a chance to blow out. So anyhow, hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. We all get them to our phone, so we're happy to answer what we can. With that, I'll say see you.